When it comes to fears, math is king. Writing fears? Stephen King. When asked why he won't write about math, Stephen King recoiled, spouting incoherent gibberish like, "Who the hell is this?" and "How the hell did you get this number?" But what if I told you, even math is afraid of something? Equilateral, scalene, isosceles. The three types of triangles, according to math. You probably see it now. The glaring omission. Where the hell is the Bermuda? I called Stephen King about the Bermuda Triangle, but he had blocked my number, clearly anticipating this escalation of horrors. Sunk ships, downed planes, and one author who won't return my calls. What makes this geometric shape on the ocean so scary? As with most things in life, we can blame the British. In a time when land rights only applied to Europeans, a ship of British explorers crossed the Atlantic Ocean. Unbeknownst to the crew, but not to the man's parents, one of the sailors, Greg, carried a most terrible affliction: undiagnosed ADHD. Fortunately for the crew, while maritime law prohibited the murder of fellow seamen, it encouraged tossing them overboard as long as they carried a flag and had land to plant it on. Months later, when the crew completed their mission, they returned to Greg's Island to practice their fake smiles, a skill they needed to brush up on, as they would soon be returning to their wives and children. That was when Greg claimed his first victims. Some vaporized instantly, others burned alive. It was a massacre worthy of any King novel, and completely unintentional. Greg was thrilled when they dumped him an island to explore, a mission for the King. As a parting gift, the crew had tossed Greg, their little explorer, a magnifying glass. Normally, not a problem. Greg, however, is not normal. Besides him being British and the ADHD, I mean. Greg, you see, has special eyes. Looking down, the sunlight safely reflected off his special eyes, and he investigated the island without incident. The island was small, however, and he soon turned his sights to the horizon. Had anyone bothered to teach Greg the limitations of magnifying glasses, he would have known to set the tool aside, and there would be no need for this video. Thankfully, no one did. The light hit Greg's special eyes just right, passed through the magnifying glass, and created a death ray worthy of any Bond villain. First to die, his innocent shipmates. Next, a French vessel. Then it was a whole fleet of conquistadors. If a speck appeared on the horizon, Greg zeroed in with lethal efficiency. Greg, of course, saw little more than a blurry splodge. He thought them some sort of sea creature or mirage. How exciting! Now, you're probably thinking, why don't ships and planes simply traverse the triangle at night? There's no sun, and therefore, no death ray. Unfortunately, Greg also has a laser pointer. How exactly did he get a laser pointer? Like a toddler with a shotgun, it's best not to ask questions, and simply run away. For now, scientists are leaving Greg alone, and have agreed that, in time, it is a problem that will solve itself. Not because Greg is growing old, blind, or moving, nor has Greg tired of sightseeing, developed a new hobby for knitting, or broken his magnifying glass. No, they simply see the writing on the wall. The United States will snap him up eventually, strap him to a satellite, and rain holy fire down from the heavens, as God intended. Which, if you think about it, Greg was pretty much accomplishing on his own anyway, so it's not like any more people would be dying. If anything, the new deaths would legally be classified as enemy combatants, a downright humanitarian effort. Thanks, America. Until then, Greg lives in a state of constant depression, wondering why the pretty objects on the sea or in the sky don't visit him as often as they used to. But don't feel too bad for him. Greg has lived quite a sheltered life and is unfamiliar with modern hardships. Like one of his victims complaining of rain shortly before they burst into flames, Greg will soon learn that no matter how bad things are, they can always get much, much worse. Are you cursed with too much money? Burdened with too much free time? Good news! I'm an author, and my satirical fantasy books are just what you need. Links are in the description.